Welcome to the live. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Welcome to the live. Welcome, 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 welcome. Today we're going deeper into empaths and forgiveness. Welcome to the live. Welcome. Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live. Welcome. This is Robot Slaves by Saul Williams. Robot Slaves. Saul Williams. Welcome to the live. Welcome. Come on. Welcome to the live. Today we're going deep into forgiveness. The deep power of forgiveness and karma. That's right. So you're the real star. You see that? Robot Slave. This is Robot Slave by Saul Williams. Come on in. Empaths, karma, and forgiveness. Yeah. Yeah, welcome in. That's if we had other people who wanted to join, they would click that, right? Maybe later, we'll take a question later. Come on in. Today we're talking about forgiveness, karma, and escaping narcissistic abuse. That's the story today. Come on in. And in the background, we got Saul Williams. Robot Slave by Saul Williams. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome, 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 welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Robot Slave by Saul Williams. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Jan Miracle. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Dawn Marie. Welcome. Sarah Jane. Welcome. Come on in. Robot Slave by Saul Williams. Woo! Bum, bum, bum. Come on. Bum, bum, bum. Come on, Saul Williams. Robot Slave by Saul Williams. Today we're talking about why forgiving the narcissist activates karma and frees the empath. That's what we're there upon today. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So let's begin. Let me begin. So what we're talking about today, Shiloh, is why it's important to forgive. Before I begin, what do you have to say about forgiveness?
I don't know, because I don't have a script.
Okay, well, don't worry. I'll tell you. But you can speak about whatever comes to your mind, right? So let's go. Let's begin. Let me begin. You see, there's a question that every empath may ask at a certain point. And that question is, why does it seem that sometimes the moment I truly forgive the narcissist is when their karma begins to accelerate? Oh, I got a bell. I got a bell from Charlito. I got another bell ring. Why does it sometimes seem that the moment I truly forgive the narcissist, their karma begins to accelerate? This is what we're going into, because when you start to forgive, people start to see through the narcissist. Their image becomes harder to maintain. Their lies begin to become harder to contain. And the people who once have defended them begin to step away. And don't forget, we're going through a retrograde. Saturn is in retrograde. So karma season is really here. Mary Green, Persia, and the empath who once felt exhausted, confused, and spiritually entangled suddenly begins to rise. And most people may consider this as divine punishment because they imagine karma as an invisible judge waiting for the empath to forgive before consequences can finally begin. But that's not the deepest explanation. See, forgiveness does not persuade the universe to punish the other person. Forgiveness removes the distortion that was preventing reality from correcting itself. You see, you want to wave? Forgiveness removes the distortion that was preventing reality from correcting itself. That's the paradigm shift. You see, the narcissist karma was not waiting. You, because you were not forgiven, was buffering it. You see, and the moment you stop absorbing, the moment you stop rescuing, the moment you stop explaining, reacting, reality becomes more accurate. Nothing supernatural has to be added. Interference
But
simply
we're
ends.
supernatural.
We are supernatural. Say that again.
But we are supernatural.
Ooh la la. And when that interference begins, cause and effect becomes visible. Now, let me tell you about the great misunderstanding when it comes to forgiveness. Forgiveness has been badly misunderstood. Many people believe forgiveness means forgetting what happened. It does not. Many people believe forgiveness means reconciliation. It does not. Many people believe forgiveness means trusting someone again. It does not. Yes. Ooh la la. You see, forgiveness is not renewed access. Make sure you don't block my face. Huh? Is that okay? Thank you. Forgiveness does not mean renewed access. Forgiveness is the end of inner captivity. It's the point at which you say, what happened to me was real, but it will no longer govern the consciousness through which I live. Forgiveness does not revise the past. It changes your relationship with the past. It removes the offender from the center of your nervous system. It ends the internal conversation, forgiveness. It ends the fantasy that one more explanation will make them finally understand, Ming. It ends the belief that your freedom depends on the apology of the narcissist. J and Miracle, the deepest forgiveness is not sentimental. It is architectural. It remains in the inner world. And I want to say that forgiveness is not forgetting. Forgiveness is about beginning to see accurately. Because the empath confuses forgiveness with minimizing. And that confusion is dangerous. You cannot forgive what you refuse to name. You cannot release what you continually reinterpret. You cannot heal from the abuse whilst insisting it was simply a misunderstanding. True forgiveness begins with accurate perception, where you must be able to say to yourself, this was a manipulation. This was coercion. This was psychological abuse. This was emotional abandonment. Do you see? Compassion without discernment becomes self-abandonment. Who am I talking to? Am I talking to? I feel like I'm just talking to myself. Shiloh, who am I talking to? Robert Slade, Saul Williams. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? If I'm talking to you, type transform in the comment section, Dawn Marie. I want to know I'm talking to you. That's right, Shiloh. That's right. This is what it's about. You don't want to be a robot slave. You don't want to be a robot. This is Saul Williams, robot slave. Do you want to be a robot slave, Courtney?
No!
Woo! And if you don't want to be a robot slave, then the path to accelerated karma, Isabella, J and Miracle, is to forgive. Is to forgive. And I want to go into the science of forgiveness. Because modern psychology recognizes that forgiveness is not merely a religious virtue. It has measurable effects on attention, to your stress, to emotional regulation, and your own recovery. And research is often distinguished between two types of forgiveness. So there is type 1 is decisional forgiveness. And what is decisional forgiveness? This is the conscious decision not to retaliate, Ming. You may still feel anger, you may still feel grief, but you decide not to organize your future around revenge. This is decisional forgiveness. The second is emotional forgiveness. This is the deeper transformation in which resentment, hostility, and obsessive preoccupation begin to lose power. So the decision may happen quickly. The emotional release may take months or years. This does not mean that forgiveness has failed. 12-12, I love that. It means that the nervous system is still metabolizing what the mind has chosen to release. And let me go even further into the science. Studies on forgiveness and rumination have shown that repeatedly rehearsing betrayal can sustain physiological arousal. Let me say that again. Studies on forgiveness and rumination have shown that repeatedly rehearsing betrayal can sustain physiological arousal. The body can continue responding to an old injury as though it's happening in the present, because the memory has become a recurring stress event. Do you see the signs? Do you see the signs? Your heart rate rises, your muscular tension increases, your sleep may be disturbed. You see? So you realize that when you begin to realize that your nervous system is organized around threats, forgiveness interrupts that cycle. Not because the event becomes acceptable, but it's because the body is no longer requiring that stress to relive it indefinitely. That's neurological. Robot. Am I talking to you? What's this? Read it. Read it out. What have you drawn and written, Shiloh? What do you want to share?
It says empaths bring the light, and then I just added like a little picture.
Empaths bring the what?
The light.
Louder. Empaths bring the what?
Light!
Louder, I can't hear you.
Light!
Yes, empaths bring the light.
So I did a little picture here.
Empaths bring the light.
And I drew a little picture.
That's beautiful, Shalito. So let me keep going. You got your thing.
Empaths rising.
Empaths rising. I love it.
Empaths may rise.
Empaths may what?
Rise.
Empaths may what?
Rise!
Empaths may what? I love it. Now, let me tell you about the science of karma. Let me go into the science of karma. Science has not proven karma as a supernatural system of cosmic reward and punishment. There's no laboratory device that measures metaphysical karmic debt. But science can observe processes that closely resemble karmic causation, meaning that repeated actions become habits. Habits shape perception. Perception shapes decision.
First one to become a black ballerina. Black ballerina.
Black ballerina, I love it.
And then a little afro.
Afro. What does that mean? You must always love yourself, right?
I want everybody to do this.
Say it louder.
I would like everyone to do this, if you can. So I would love you to cross your arms, but then hold yourself really tight and give yourself a big hug if you love yourself.
Oh, Lito! I love that.
I'm not saying you have to.
That is so beautiful. Beautiful. You see? Oh my. And thank you for having Shiloh here. She's been with me this week, which is why she's been in all the lives. But I want to go into the science of karma.
And I'm going back to my mom's today. So I'm out.
You see, science can observe processes that closely resemble karmic causation, Leanne. Oh, you're kind, Leanne. You see, repeated actions become habits. Habits shape perception. Oh, Shiloh, people are saying thank you and they're hugging themselves. Thank you. Yes. You see? And your perception shapes your decisions, and those decisions make some good decisions, Shiloh. So those decisions shape your relationships, Leanne. Circumstances reinforces identity. So a person who repeatedly lies does not merely create lies. They create a mind increasingly dependent on deception. A person who repeatedly manipulates does not merely control others. They reduce their own capacity for authentic relationship. A person who repeatedly projects does not merely avoid responsibility. They weaken their ability to perceive themselves accurately. A person who repeatedly uses people does not merely harm others. They create a social world increasingly populated by distrust, calculation, and instability. That is the scientific face of karma. Behavior conditions the brain. Character influences reputation, and reputation influences opportunity. So what spiritual traditions like the Buddha Dharma call karma can often be observed as the long-term architecture of intention, action, condition, and consequence. Who am I talking to? Now let me go into the Buddhist framework for a second. As most of you know, I'm a practicing Buddhist. In Theravada Buddhism, karma is not fate. It is not punishment. It is not cosmic revenge. Karma is rooted in intention. Elgin Fritz. And the Pali word for this intention is cetana, meaning that your intention gives moral and psychological direction to action. Karma, homo deceptive, I love that. Not necessarily that they don't leave a trace, so it's mystical, but that's conditioning, meaning that when greed drives action, greed is strengthened. When hatred drives action, hatred is strengthened. When delusion drives action, delusion is strengthened. Similarly, when the generosity drives your action, your compassion is strengthened. When wisdom drives action, wisdom is strengthened. You see, when you do these things, the consequence of an action is not only what happens afterwards. You see, the consequence begins in the consciousness created while performing the action. And this is one of the deepest truths about karma. And this is how you ensure you're not a robot slave. This is Robot Slave by Saul Williams. Robot Slave. Let me tell you about the narcissist karma. People often wait for dramatic karma. They expect public humiliation, financial collapse, a failed marriage, a legal defeat, a destroyed reputation. These things happen, but they are not the deepest form of karmic consequence. The narcissist's deepest karma is the consciousness they are creating. Every act of manipulation strengthens the need to manipulate. Every false persona increases the fear of exposure. Every projection weakens self-awareness. Who am I talking to? Every domination increases dependence on control. Every refusal to repair creates a more fragmented inner world, and they become robot slaves. Robot slaves. Saul Williams is telling you. Robot slaves. Robot slaves. Robot slaves. Forgiveness releases you from being a robot slave. Forgiveness releases you from being a robot slave to hate. Forgiveness releases you from being a robot slave to hate. Do you feel the urgency? I am yelling like a madman, like John the Baptist. Forgiveness frees you from being a robot slave. You can't accomplish anything long-term in hate. Who am I talking to, Shiloh? Shiloh, who am I talking to? Who am I talking to you? The narcissist may appear successful externally while deteriorating internally. The narcissist may appear successful externally while deteriorating internally. The narcissist may appear successful externally while deteriorating internally. They may have money. They may have followers. They may have charm, but they are becoming increasingly unable to experience love without control, increasingly unable to receive truth without defensiveness, increasingly unable to sit in silence without meeting what they have avoided. That is karma. Not merely what happens to them, but what they become. What they become. What they become. This is where I want to talk about something even more uncomfortable. The empath is not responsible for their own abuse, even though it happened to you. And some may say you created it based on your own wounding. But the empath often becomes the hidden stabilizer of narcissistic systems. And this is why empaths will absorb emotional volatility, Sarah Jane. Who repairs relational damage? The empath. Who explains the narcissist to the children? The empath. Who protects the narcissist's public image? The empath. Who apologizes to restore peace? The empath. Who makes the household, business, friendship, or family look more functional than it really is? The empath. So the narcissist may appear stable because the empath is paying the energetic, emotional, and psychological cost of their instability. The empath becomes an external regulatory system. This is how you get stuck in the hell realm of spiritual slavery. The empath calms what they did not create. The empath repairs what the empath did not break. The empath carries what the empath was not meant to carry. This is why many narcissistic systems begin destabilizing when the empath leaves. Karma. This is why many narcissistic systems begin destabilizing when the empath leaves. The dysfunction did not suddenly begin, but the empath's support is gone. And forgiveness ends that subsidy. Oh, Leon, I'm sorry to hear. That's the central thesis. Forgiveness does not accelerate karma. Forgiveness ends the subsidy that was delaying the visibility of karma. Let me say it again. Forgiveness does not accelerate karma only. Forgiveness ends the subsidy that was delaying karmic visibility. Meaning that the empath had been paying the emotional bill for the narcissist's choices. The narcissist creates chaos. The empath creates order. The narcissist lies. The empath explains. The narcissist betrays. Thank you for the ego. The empath searches for the trauma underneath the betrayal. The narcissist attacks. The empath tries to communicate more clearly. Faith in him. Faith in him, because I am him and you are her, him. Faith in him. May I be always abundant. May you always be abundant. Thank you for your cash donation. Faith in him. May you be replenished 10,000-fold. We are the new trillionaires of this age. Didn't you know? It's not just Elon Musk. You understand? Thank you, faith in him. Faith in him. Faith in him. The narcissist refuses accountability. The empath carries both sides of the relationship. That is spiritual overfunctioning. And forgiveness ends that arrangement. Faith in him. Because when you forgive, and remember, forgiveness does not require reconciliation. What you're really saying is, I release hatred, but I also release the responsibility for protecting you from your own consequences. Let me tell you again, as I use my daughter's fidget toy, I release hatred. I release hatred. Say it with me. Wherever you are, I release hatred. Say it with me. Faith in him. I release hatred, Leon. Say it with me, Melissa Morton. I release hatred, Pasha Black, Wingsley. I release hatred. And I also release the responsibility for protecting you, Dawn Marie, from your own consequences. Tell them. This is what you are saying to the narcissist. Spiritually, energetically, vibrationally, I release hatred. I release my hatred towards you. But I also release responsibility for protecting you from your own consequences. Oh my, do you understand what this prayer does? You are accelerating karma chanda. I release hatred, but I also release responsibility for protecting you from your own consequences. I will not be a robot slave like Saul Williams is telling me. I will not be a robot slave. I am not a robot slave. I release hatred, but I also release responsibility for protecting you from your own consequences. I release hatred, but I also release responsibility for protecting I from I's own consequence. Because Saul Williams told me I am not a robot slave. Love frees me from being a robotic slave in this matrix of NPCs. I release hatred, but I also release the responsibility for protecting you from your own consequences. Shiloh, let's tell them, Shiloh. Shiloh, I release hatred, but I also release responsibility for protecting you from your own consequences. This is the moment reality changes right now. Leon, right now. Elgin, right now. Not because punishment begins, but because you are releasing the narcissist from your grace, from your good karma, dharma. You wish them well as a bodhisattva. You wish them well. Because forgiveness restores cause and effect. Forgiveness restores cause and effect. Forgiveness restores cause and effect. I need some KG Hamilton in my life. I need some Ole in my life. Forgiveness restores cause and effect. Forgiveness restores cause and effect. Because if a person behaves destructively, but is repeatedly protected from the consequences, they receive distorted information. They learn, well, I can behave this way and the relationship will continue. I can abuse and still be protected. No slavery. But forgiveness now restores divine order. It says, I will no longer lie to you about what your choices create. I will no longer hide the consequences from others. I will no longer call dysfunction love. I will no longer make your behavior easier for you than it was for me. I will no longer make your behavior easier for you than it was for me. I will no longer make your behavior easier for you than it was for me. I will no longer make your behavior easier for you than it was for me. Yes, Peter. I love it. All right. You see, you're very intelligent. You hear me? Yes. You see, I will no longer make it easier for you than it was for me. That's not cruelty. That is integrity. That's action meeting consequence. structure meeting truth. So let me tell you why narcissistic systems will collapse when you forgive them. Let me tell you. Let me tell you why narcissistic systems begin to crumble when you forgive truly and wholly. Ole, oh my God. Before I go there into what happens to these narcissistic systems, thank you, Leon. This is Ole by KG Hamilton. Hey, who am I talking? If I'm talking to you, just type transform. I want to know I'm talking to you. Who am I talking to? Was I meditating? All these places circulating. Hey, I'm not your mate. It is officiated. Come on. Bam, bam. Lock up. Bam, bam. Hey. You want to man lock up? You want to be a chokehold? You can't chokehold the chosen. You can't lock up the chosen. You cannot chokehold because the chosen has already been in hell. You have already been in hell. How can you be afraid of hell? You've already been there. Come on. Come on. Hey. Don't play with me. That's what he's saying. Come on, KG Hamilton. Come on. You go collect. Chuck up. Choco. You can't. Mo boy. I'm doing some for. Papa. Mo boy. I'm a bear who I'm a. Come on. Let me tell you why narcissistic systems may collapse when you leave them. Ole. From a system's perspective, a dysfunctional relationship can remain stable for years because one person carries far more than their share. So the system appears artificially balanced. Let me give you the science. Because the empath was holding the weight. But imagine a building with a distorted foundation where one person quietly supports the structure every day. So to outsiders, the building appears stable. Then that empath, that chosen one, that light being, that highly sensitive person steps away. And the building begins to collapse. And everyone says, what caused this sudden collapse? It was not sudden. The instability was already there. But the support of the empath ended. This is what happens when the empath stops rescuing. The relationship may collapse. The family narrative may collapse. The public image may collapse. The narcissist's confidence may collapse. The network of enablers may collapse. Because forgiveness does not destroy the structure, it reveals the structure's true condition. And let me go into how forgiveness removes narcissistic control. The narcissist often maintains control through emotional hooks. They know how to make you defend yourself. You okay, honey? All right. They know which emergency will trigger rescue. They know which public performance will provoke explanation. And as long as the empath is emotionally reactive, the narcissist still has access. So the empath may have physically left the relationship, but remains neurologically connected through resentment, vigilance, and compulsive monitoring. Make I tell you, who am I talking to? Come on, Tiji. I can't even speak anymore. Come on. I can't even speak anymore. It's karma season. Come on. See, there's someone who wants to come in. Let's come on in. Let's see if you have a question. Come on in. All right. What's your question? This is what it's about. This is what it's about. So when you wake up, you realize there's no one like you. Does anyone have a question? If you have a question, come on audio. If you're on TikTok or Instagram, just invite yourself. Or if you're on YouTube, I will read your question. Come on in. If you've got a question, I will go into more details on forgiveness on Monday, because forgiveness accelerates your own karma too. You ascend. That's more dharma. You understand? This is what it's about. This is what it's about, soul sister. I want to take one question before we end it. If you got a question, just invite yourself on TikTok or Instagram. Come on in. Come on in if you've got a question. I want to take one question before we go. Who wants to come in? How did you get comfortable sharing your knowing? It's a calling, JN Miracle. So when you get called, you respond to the call. This is not about me at all. I'm just following the calling. And the reason why I got here is because I left everything to follow the calling from within. Do you see what I'm saying, JN Miracle? So I follow the call from within, nothing else. That's how I got here. So this is not about me. This is about the calling, JN Miracle. Am I answering your question, my dear one, dear JN Miracle? This is what it's about. If you want to come in, just invite yourself and come in. Come in. I've got 5 minutes to take a question before we wrap up. Come on in. Don't be shy. Greetings from Honduras. Hey, ¿qué pasa, Honduras? Honduras. Big up to my Garifuna family out in Honduras and Ecuador and all these other places. This is what it's about. It's a calling, JN Miracle. You feel it. Come on. I feel like you got a question. Let me invite you here, JN Miracle. Come on in. You want to come in and ask a question? Come on in, JN Miracle. What's your question? Let's talk. I want to hear from you. This is what it's about. Come on in, JN Miracle. What are you feeling the call to do? Come on in. Let's talk. JN Miracle, how you doing? Are you there? I can't hear anything you say. Are you there, JN Miracle? I don't think you're there. Okay. JN Miracle, you might want to try back, right? I can't hear anything you're saying. But this is what it's about. This is what it's about. So when you forgive, Abaya, when you forgive, this is what happens. This is what happens. And when you forgive, let me tell you what begins to happen in your life. Many good things, new environments, new people, new relationships with yourself. Okay, come back in, JN Miracle. Come back here. Let's bring you back in. This is what happens. This is what happens. You understand? This is what happens. You understand? This is what happens. This is what happens. You get me? So, JN Miracle, let's try you again one more time. Maybe it might work this time. Can you hear me, JN Miracle? Are you there? I see your finger moving, but I can't hear you. Okay. I don't think it's happening, JN Miracle. I don't think it's happening today. It's not happening. So this is what it's about. Free yourself. Forgive. And if you want to learn more, join my upcoming masterclass, Escaping Narcissistic Abuse. This is going to be through August 7th through the 9th. And enroll today at Inner Mileage. You will learn everything you need to know about escaping narcissistic abuse. This is what we're about. And freeing yourself through forgiveness is one of the biggest ways that you free yourself from narcissistic abuse. So rejoice. And I thank you for your time and attention. Yes, this is what it's about. What is the best way? Come on in. If you got a question, come on in. Let's get you in. Let's get you in if you want to come in. They can ask you a question. Come on. Come on in. I want to take one question before we end. This is what it's about. If you want to come in, I invited you, Warrior Princess. If you want to come in, ask your question. This is what it's about. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time and your attention. You learned about forgiveness and the science of forgiveness. Forgiveness activates karma. And when karma is activated, you're no longer in the way. This is what it's about. So as Silpa said, who sow in tears shall reap in joy. Whosoever sows in tears shall reap in joy. Sam Adetunji, come on in. What is your question, brother? Come on in. What is your question, Sam Adetunji? It's not Lucifer. Come on in. In your hands, lion. Hi, Sam. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. How are you? You're rocking that.
Thank you, brother. Tell me, what's on your mind with forgiveness and narcissism? Let's hear it.
I guess my question is it safe to say that more narcissists come from certain areas and certain different demographics and certain social classes more than others? Because I feel like as a Nigerian, and getting to travel around Africa and other areas around the world, these traits usually come from certain areas. And I don't know if I'm correct or not when it comes to socioeconomics, financial situations, etc.
So I think what you're catching on is, it is narcissism, when you begin to see it, appears to be more apparent in lower socioeconomic classes, because you would imagine that people from a higher socioeconomic class can get away with it being entitled behavior or grandiose because they are wealthy, not realizing that you're actually dealing with demons. And
it's deep.
Now, in my experience, Sam, my dear Niger brother, narcissists, and particularly people who exhibit the full-blown traits, regardless of socioeconomic background, gender, geographical location, educational background, are all the same demonic archetype. I'm talking from Mongolia from Ulaanbaatar to Cape Town, from Seattle to Tokyo, from Copenhagen to Lagos, from Banjul to Djibouti, from Marrakesh to Cape Town. They are all, because it's demonic. They're archons, false light. And this false light has been running this planet until now, where we are all beginning to see. Look at the World Cup. Look at the World Cup final. What do you think that was?
Yeah.
What do you think that was? And now everyone is beginning to see it more clear because the veil is dropping. So the simple answer, Sam, is it doesn't matter what the socioeconomic background. A demon is a demon is a demon. But the demon seems easier to locate when they are poorer and overtly angrier than when they are wealthier, driving a Bentley and live in a gated community. Do you see what I'm telling you, brother?
Yeah. They're all the same, but it's easier to see when it's certain lower social class.
Let me put it even more crudely. They are the same whether they are in Victoria Island or Lekki or if they are in Ajegula.
Exactly.
Do you see?
Yeah.
Same thing. What else you want to know? One more question before I let you go, brother.
Last question. So since they're demons and we're of the positive light and we're trying to ascend,
yes,
why keep them in our sphere?
Okay.
Why still communicate with them? I understand letting go and releasing and forgiving, but why keep them in our bubble if we know what they are?
Yeah, why would you?
Social constructs, family.
You see that you're just revealing the tenterhooks that have trapped you in the matrix, brother.
Yeah.
Look at me, son. With your permission, look at me. When you are awakened to narcissism, it's because you have a calling. And the calling means you are separate and apart in the world, but not of it. One love. You're welcome anytime, man. One love, man. Peace. So, this is the message. This is the message. This is the message. Forgive. Wisdom. Forgiveness. Wisdom. Forgiveness. Wisdom. Forgiveness. Wisdom. Forgiveness. Let go. Wisdom. Forgiveness. In the mileage. Wisdom. Forgiveness. Live in your house, steel balls. I wanna live in the house of the divine. Huh? Come on. This is what it's about. Which house are you living in? Are you living in the house of hell or the house of heaven? Woo! Dawn Marie, you get it. Mike, you get it. Michael, you get it. This is what it's about. This is what it's about. So we're going to end with the living water. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We'll see you back here on Monday. Remember, Dawn Marie, we forgive. And forgiveness awakens wisdom. True forgiveness awakens wisdom. That wisdom protects you from exploitation. But you cannot premeditate that wisdom that is awakened through true forgiveness. This is the message. You want to learn more? Sign up for my masterclass, Escaping Narcissistic Abuse. This is going to be in August. You understand? You understand? You understand me? You understand me? Come on, Shada, come and say bye to the people. Come. I see in the spirit. Victoria Noel is telling you. I got my angels all around me. You gotta thank God for the good and the bad. She's saying. This is what it's about. Sign up. Escaping Narcissistic Abuse. Check out the course. Sign up today. It will change you forever. I know that. I'm not just telling you. The outcomes are you will never be the same. So this is what it's about. Thank you so much. One love, one love, one love, one love, one love, one love. One love. One love. Come on. Thank you so much, huh? Thank you.